Of you guys fancy a festival of football?
Well, look, the idea of the festival of football, I suppose it makes sense to somebody. It doesn't make sense to me because we just mentioned about the effects on the fans. Okay, if the fans are going to be the priority, whatever happened to the electric nights at Anfield and a semi-final of a Champions League? We're not going to have that anymore. Bernabeu, we're not going to have that anymore if indeed we go in this direction. Right? Yeah, so whatever advantage you have as a team, in the case of Liverpool, for example, that you're hosting that second leg in Liverpool, or here comes Barcelona, or here comes Bayern Munich, it's a big European night at Anfield, electricity, it's not happening. You may have electricity somewhere else, but it's not Anfield, and it's not that history, and it's not everything that a team like Liverpool would utilize to have that home field advantage that you earn, by the way, okay, that you have in front of you, and that you say, you know what, we take advantage of this because this is what we do. You're not going to have that in some neutral field.
Shaka?
I'm not as averse to it as Ali is. I'm more in keeping with Jan. I don't really have that big an issue with it because we saw how it worked in 2020, I think it was, when the pandemic kicked in and all these games got pushed way back into August or whatever it was. I thought that worked from a neutral's perspective. I understand what Ali is saying in terms of taking it away from semi-final nights from Liverpool, but from a neutral's perspective...
Not just from Liverpool.
Well, you were using Anfield as an example, yeah. So, but whoever's in the semi-final. But I don't have as big an issue with it as maybe I would have early in 2020 or in 2019 until I saw how it worked. And I understand my one concern here is that Seferin somehow liking it to the Super Bowl, which is not. I'm thinking, hold on, you've got a good idea here. Don't mess it up by trying to over-explain. Sell it as a place that all of football, or 4 teams can come together. In much you say, and I say that remembering our how international tournaments are hosted in one country and all together, and the effect it has on all those fans kind of occupying the same space, which I like the idea of, I like the experience of, and I feel you can also do that in club football.
Stevie?
Hate it. Absolutely hate it. I mean, you know, we've already seen with the FA Cup that there are special days as a player and as a fan, and for me, the FA Cup has taken one of those special days away. The semi-final played away from where the final is a special day, and it's not always about being in the best stadium or the best facility. It's about the feeling and the atmosphere of the game, and you're taking that away. You're going to play 2 games in the same place. It's going to end up being like the FA Cup, where you've just taken a chunk of tradition away that actually, to anybody who was lucky enough to be able to do those things at the time, just detest it. And just call me cynical, but there has to be some sort of financial gain for this, because they don't do anything for the good of the game. Don't give me this. They try to throw in at the end of the statement, oh, and it's less games, as if we're going to go, oh, thanks very much, you're really looking after us, but yet they've stuck 4 on.
Yeah,
so it's no, I hate it, and there's somewhere down the line, this is about somebody getting a few quid in their pocket, as per usual.
You just mentioned the concern about the mention of the Super Bowl. One of the criticisms of the Super Bowl is that it becomes a corporate event more so than a fan-driven event, because the people that get actually into the stadium are those people into the suites, and all those people are corporate suites. These are not real fans. These are not fans of those particular teams. These are fans of the event, to be there to be seen. Not the true fan that is supporting his team, dying to see his team play.
That's no different from football today, though.
What?
That's no...
I
think it's something like...
Hold on, and Anfield people are going for the corporate experience?
No, what I'm saying is, in big football today, that's par for the course. I'm sure Jan or Jules would be able to correct me, but I think it's something like 30% of World Cup final tickets go to fans. Football is corporate. That's where we are, and I don't think making this a football week, let's call it, takes away or makes it even more corporate. It doesn't.
I like the...
Takes away, 100%.
All right,
Yeah.
go on, Jan.
No, I'm just saying that, first of all, I agree with Shaka there. I mean, it's corporate today. Having said that, that doesn't mean that it has to be that in the future. If you have a 80,000 stadium, I guess around 30,000 will go to the fans, or at least a third will go to maybe the fans, and the rest will be corporate anyway. And I think that we could discuss these kind of ideas. And to our points, I mean, Liverpool would have missed then one game at Anfield that was against Villarreal. Yes, there are pluses and minuses for that, but I think that the idea, you could sit down and talk through that. If the fans, and they should have a voice in here as well, if they think this is a good idea, they should be a part of that as well. And now the European leagues are coming, and maybe they can at least take away these historical places kind of things, and then in those kind of things we can discuss that. And I wasn't surprised that Stevie said that. Stevie is one of us who has played in these big games, and he knows that feeling to be in a big final. That is unbelievable special. But I don't think that an event like this or a football week is based on only players. It's also what could be good for the fans. And of course, this is all about money as well, because they need to take out everything they can in terms of financial support. And this is also, if I may say, then a competition between FIFA and UEFA. They are jealous of the Euros, and they are jealous of the World Cup, and vice versa. And then they try to make new arrangements for the tournaments.
Well, unlike Jan and Shaka, we actually love the fans and don't hate them.
Yeah.
And we want to see
Who
the
said
best.
that? Nobody said that.
What is it, the best team in the world?
Yes,
We are for the people. For the
Please answer the question.
These two are dragging
That's
you
where the
down.
door's
If
coming
they
in.
had it
take
their
that
way,
back.
we wouldn't be seeing this.
That's where the door comes
this
in.
week.
Because
If these guys had it their way, we
they're
would not be
guaranteed
seeing
3 games, 2
Man City
semis and a
Real
final
Madrid
in the same
meeting
place,
again.
and they can spend the whole year
It's
getting all
time
the
to talk,
corporate guys
Stevie.
sorted
It's time to
out. That's
talk.
where your money
Nobody's
comes
listening to
in.
you anymore.
No, let me tell you, we wouldn't be
Kay
seeing
couldn't
these
be
games
listening.
if you guys got your way, would you? Because it would already be done and
that's
dusted. We wouldn't get the chance to witness this spectacle all over again.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.